900 episodes of Legos Island. And on Leap Day of all days. That's actually really cool. And boy, do I have a celebration for you. Oh, and just a quick warning, this is not as big as previous milestone celebrations, so do bear that in mind as we go through the tour. Oh, and because this is celebrated on Leap Day, there are a few items related to it that we will be seeing throughout the party. Without further ado, I hope you enjoy the 900th episode of the Legos Island series. As you can see, this is the 900th episode party from February 29th to March 3rd. So it is a weekend-long event. Much like a lot of the other milestone parties, like they're most likely only just like a few days long anyway, so this is nothing new. What is new is that there's a ton of Leap Day items. And ironically, it's the last day of February, so that makes a whole lot of sense. Let's automatically jump in by picking up the 900th episode hat. Let's put it on, and that is how it looks. It looks very, very cool. As you can see, literally right above it, we can see a 900 made out of deep slate lapis and iron ores respectively, which you may notice is the color scheme of this whole party. And yeah, if you hadn't already managed to notice that. Oh yeah, and we'll get up there later, as it does actually relate to that. Because I wasn't kidding about that, actually. Automatically jumping in, well, we have a ton of awesome decorations in celebration of episode 900. And genuinely, this is super cool. So, what do you guys think? Give me just 1 second. Yeah, that felt unfinished. Much better. Much better. Yeah, that felt unfinished for a second. Regardless, you may notice that there's a ton of cakes all over here, representing the two colors of the party, which genuinely is amazing. And yes, this literally takes place right after Operation Wilderness in the future, because it literally ended the day that this party came out and this episode was hit. So as you may notice, obviously the futuristic wilderness is gone. Anyway, outside of that, that's super cool. And actually, for the sake of this party, I forgot to add one last little extra addition. Lapis, alongside the Coquette 33 and Dog versions of myself, are also here to celebrate the milestone. So we will be seeing them follow us throughout the tour. Now that I have that over with, let's head up to the balcony, as that's the next room in this party. You'll notice that the fence and stairs have been changed to the two respective colors of this party, which is actually extremely cool. Heading up to the balcony, we can clearly see that there is a lot to do in this party. Or at least is a lot in this party. Which is genuinely very cool. And no, that can explain why we didn't use the dispensers in this episode. Mainly for that reason alone. Heading into my cave, because the balcony didn't really feature much. This is what it looks like. And it honestly looks really cool. What do you guys think? The decorations honestly look very, very nice. And honestly, what do you guys think? Please comment down below. I'd really love to hear your feedback. Because honestly, this looks so cool. Anyway, the cave honestly looks amazing. And the event room is not updated, so we're not going to go down there, as it is clearly not updated. We actually have a lot more colors in this party than we intentionally thought. We have Glacier, Light Blue, and Dark Blue as well, as seen in this party, which you may have noticed on the 900 episode cake holds the hat down there. And that's not the only other room to showcase those colors. Nope, there's a few others. Speaking of the next room, we are going to automatically move on to that right now. Next up is the lodge. Only on the outside, because as you can see, on the inside, it is not updated for this party. But on the outside, we can clearly see there's a ton of decorations, which honestly is super freaking cool. What do you guys think? Honestly, we have another 900 up here as well in the respective colors, with more streamers all over the place. And like I just said, the inside is not updated. so we can automatically move on to the blacksmith shop. The theme park is not updated, but the blacksmith shop is, which can explain why you see some streamers and a 900 made out of deep slate lapis and iron respectively. This honestly looks amazing, and what do you guys think? To clarify, the resort is not updated, so our next room is actually the two small mountains, where our next item is located. Specifically, our first item out of two for the leap items, the splash potion of leaping. Doing this obviously grants us the leaping, but let it be known that there's actually an item up there that actually makes more sense with this item. To be quite honest, I probably should have swapped out these two items. That makes a lot more sense. So what we should have actually gotten were these. Well, now that we have both of them, it makes total sense. These are the leap shoes. Putting them on, we now have the ability to jump higher. Because now we have one extra day in 2024, which was again the same day this milestone was hit. You may notice there is a statue here, spelling out 229 in reference to February 29th, the day we get every 4 years, and this year happened to be the year that we got it again, which can explain why it's here. Heading up to the second small mountain, we can see a sign that says Leap Day with the Leap Potion right here, as we just saw, which is very cool. It is made out of the two colors of this party once again, with more of the colors being right below it. This again spells out Leap Day in reference to February 29th. So that is super cool. Outside of that, next up is the mountain. Heading over here to the mountain, we can see another 900 statue. But there's no item here, unlike the others that we saw earlier. Actually, you may notice a majority of the 900s do not have items, only the one on the cake, and then the one in the village, as there is one more item that goes alongside this party. By the way, I should probably show you for Item Room 21, as I forgot to show you it last time, as it did get updated after the events of us creating it. So that's really cool. So we have a 900 statue up here. Over on this side of the area, though, and just for the record, this is not updated. Just thought I'd clarify that. Basically, all the inside rooms that aren't the cave are not updated, because I didn't feel like it this time around. Remember what I said about this being a much smaller milestone party. Over here, we have a ton more decorations, with a ton more cakes over here as well. And this honestly looks really cool. What do you guys think? This honestly looks really, really cool. And honestly, having Lapis here alongside Coquette 33 and the dog version of myself here, honestly, just makes so much sense. So, that's it for the mountain. There's not much to really say, actually, about the mountain, outside of the fact that we only got one room left. The village, which, as you can see, is decorated. And just to clarify, despite them being in here, this room, alongside every single room in the village, is not updated, and there's your proof. Every single one is not updated. So there you go, just for proof. We have one more item in this party, being the first ever shirt dedicated to a milestone. This being the 900th episode shirt, and honestly, putting it on, it goes so well with the hat. I mean, don't you think? I think it does. With all that being said, it is right inside the fountain, which is below another 900, which is really cool. Outside of that, we just got some usual decorations that we've seen in past milestone parties, but recolored, for the most part. But it honestly looks really nice. And honestly, this looks amazing. Oh, and okay, so these doors are open for some reason, and no decorations over here. Didn't feel like it, but that is okay. I think we've already got enough decorations over here. And the next catalog will release after the party's over. So with all that being said, this is super freaking cool. And with all of that being said, that ironically wraps up this entire milestone party. Literally. There's no rooms left. That's all of them. It's really cool how we were able to combine this with Leap Day because it ironically managed to land on Leap Day itself. So that is very cool. We had some very clever ideas with this party. And yeah, with all that being said, that's the 900th episode and party.